Hi, we're the Turbos. Nice.
Oh, hi, we're the Turbos.
Welcome.
We're the Turbos. Hey.
Alright. Hi, we're the Turbos.
Hey,
nice.
we're the Turbos.
Yeah.
The Turbos?
Welcome. Come on in. 1, 2. Hi, we're the Turbos.
Oh my god.
Which one are we really supposed to be looking at?
What are we supposed to
This is the main.
That's the main, so let's look at that one.
Hi,
we're the
Turbos.
Turbos. Welcome to Gear Time.
Gear Talk.
Is it Gear Time?
Hey,
Hi, we're the Turbos.
Welcome to Gear Talk.
Or Gear Time.
God damn it! Hi, we're the Turbos.
Welcome to Gear Time.
Well, I guess I'll do a little rig rundown for what I do live in the Turbos. I do, my name is Lucas, by the way. I do a lot of the lead guitar for our group. My main axe is a Epiphone ES339. It is the same size as a Les Paul, as an LP, but it's got like the 335, the double cut, semi-hollow look. It's a little smaller. I look kind of ridiculous holding a full body guitar just because I'm so small. But I took it to Bill Foley. He's a guitar luthier here in Columbus, and he builds amazing guitars, and he does a lot of really good work. He's done a lot of work on this guitar just to kind of like set it up and make it real worthy for studio, and I did all the recording for the EP on that. The main amp that I use is this Fender Blues Junior 3. Right now it only has the regular Fender designer speaker made by Eminence. Get a lot of really good sounds out of this though. I plan on taking it to Rob Chaff and having him do the kitchen sink mod on it, really hook it up and hot rod it out for me. But you know, need money for that. The pedal board I have down here, everything goes through this tuner first, then through a 10-band EQ, it's compressed, and then I have a noise suppressor, which really keeps when I'm doing like, when I have a lot of gains stacked, it keeps like the noise, the fuzz, the out of the amp like way down, so that when we have a lot of stops and staccato stuff, when that happens, you don't have amp wash coming through. TS-808 Tube Screamer by Ibanez, you can't go wrong with that. I got a big muff, because I really like kind of some of those fat fuzz tones. Clean boost, this helps me get up when I need to do all my solos and, you know, go over Jordan's crazy vocals, because he's such a strong singer. You know, Cam's bass is always in your face, so gotta get over those things. The delay, I messed around with a couple different delays. I'm still trying to find my right, my right delay. I haven't got that one down yet. But the reverbs, I love my reverb. I have a Cathedral Electro Harmonix stereo reverb. I don't typically run it true stereo out. And the Verbzilla line 6 also can do stereo out, which I don't do. But both those, I get a lot of really good long kind of reverb sounds for, you know, kind of our more alternative sounds on some of the leads and stuff. Yeah, that's about it for my my rig rundown.
Cool. So Jordan here. So I'm going through my rig here. What I have, I guess we'll start with guitars. What I have here is a Les Paul Epiphone, Epiphone Les Paul standard, very basic. And then I also have this guitar over here. This one's called Breast. I like to name my guitars, so you'll see on the bottom here, Breast. And this one is actually Chest. But with Breast, this is actually a 1970s copyright series guitar, so you know, the illegally made guitars. But I mean, it was just a family heirloom that was passed down. You can't really get these anymore. I've modified it to hell. So, you know, Bone Nut, I go to the same guy that Lucas goes to, Bill Foley. So I've got it all rigged up. It actually feels, it actually has the weight of an acoustic guitar. It's really, really thin. So you can hear everything around it. When you hit it, it's really, really hollow. But what I put these EMG pickups in it, and it gets a really, really dark tone. So it's a really, really nice guitar for that tonal aspect of it. I'm starting to work it out now to where it stays in tune, like for a whole set. So it's really, really nice. The fretboard's really, really great on it. This guy is actually the one I use the most. This is Chest. As you can see, I've done it up a little bit prettier, gold mirror plate and everything. I like to make it look good. This guy is like heavy. As most people know, with Les Pauls, they're really, really heavy. So it's a very stark difference between the two tones. This one's a little darker, deeper tone. This one has a much brighter, warmer tone to it. It's really, they're both really, really full in sound. But yeah, this is the one I use the most because it doesn't feed back. I don't have to do too much to it. You can, Les Pauls, you can kind of bang on them and they get the sound just fine. So that's what I normally use. That was the first one I had. This one I've had since I was 15, but this one I just recently got when I joined this band. Then this guy is Vox AC15. It has a really, really unique sound. This is a amp that a lot of guitars have, but it has a really, really unique tone to it, and it works really well with my pedal board. I don't really know too much about amps aside from how they sound and how they make me feel, so this one I like a lot just because of the natural tone that I get from it. And then going to my actual pedal board, I got just a basic, very simple Behringer equalizer. I usually have it set a little bit high because my guitars tend to be a little dark when I hit the lower notes and everything. So I bring it up, just sharpen it a little bit, and then Boss compression, pretty standard. This Mojo overdrive has a really, really clean overdrive. It doesn't really break up the amp too much. It's a very, very warm tone, so it amplifies that on chest. And then the Danelectro, it's a very, very cheap pedal, very, very old pedal actually. It has a very, very aggressive distortion to it, and I use it on Bullet to Chew. I've just recently started using it on Van Gogh Live because it just has that, it just cuts through so hard and it gives a really, really harsh feedback, but not one of those crazy feedbacks that you hate. It's exactly what you need. And obviously the MXR Super Badass is one of the best distortion I've ever heard in my life. I swear by that. That's my go-to for every song. And then this Hall of Fame reverb is also a really, really good reverb. It has basically everything you want in it, and you can also program your own kind of reverbs in it, or if you want a signature reverb from someone famous, you can plug it in and do that. But I use that one, and I switch it between Church, Spring, and the Hall. Those are my main ones. I've been messing around with the ambient levels of it, but I crank the FX level on it a lot just so I can get that really, really nice wash of the reverb. And that's pretty much it. I use this guy most when I'm working this one in. It's a little bit more delicate to the touch, so I have to. It's gonna take some time for me to break it into this, but yeah, that's it.
My name is Cameron, and I play bass. Well, this is my bass. It's got a lot of stickers on it, because I was basically just trying to one-up Jordan. Put that rainbow sticker on one night, and I was like, oh no, that's cool. So I've had a whole bunch, it's a bunch of video game stickers and stuff like that. I used to work in a game store. A couple band stickers. We got Tourist Trap, they're from here in Columbus. Batman, Wolverine. The necessities. My bass, it's a G&L L2000. This thing's really nasty. Had it for maybe 10 years or so. This is my hand. This is what I used to play the bass. I'm a
I can't be around right now.
I use a lot of pedals for a bass player. I just like to use a lot of different sounds. My guitar players use a lot of different sounds, so I like to try to keep up with them too. Always have a compression going. I got 2 different levels of drive. This one's always on, pretty much, and that's a guitar pedal from like the 80s or something like that. Really boosts the low end and kind of distorts it a little bit too, so it's really good for rock music. This is a preamp, and a lot of times at venues, this is where they get my sound from. They'll just DI that. I use a pretty small amp, so it's just for me to hear on stage usually. And we got the old Dirty Bastard for the real heavy parts of songs, a lot more distortion. And I like to use this on a couple songs. Bass synth adds a little bit of color to the sound. And then my amp, which I don't have with me, it's in the shop right now. It's a Gallion Kruger 210, NB 210. So, but like I said, that's just for me to hear on stage. Usually, we usually don't mic it or anything like that. But yeah.
I'm gonna stab you
And I'm what Tom does.
when they go pew pew.
I'm just giving him ideas to like run with. He's an intelligent human. He'll brainstorm and come up with topics.
I'm just messing.
You give me a lot of credit, man. I don't know about all that. Right on. But yeah, I'm Matt from the Turbos. This is my drum set that I use. It's a Pearl Export series. I use this to record, actually. You can see it's, 5 pieces. We basically recorded this all the way through with this set. I had a Tama Rockstar set before this, which I had used up until this point. And I love Tamas, but something about the Pearl just gives it a really good resonance, and it sounds great, and I think it comes through on the EP really well. I've always used typically Zildjian cymbals. I'll just show you one of them. I think ZBT is usually what I've been using. This one's an S series, but Rock Crash, nice and crisp. That's kind of the way I like it. Zildjian tends to do me well. And then as far as drumsticks, nothing special. I tend to use Vic Firths. They're kind of the basics, but they're what I've been using. And I've recently been kind of turned on to these ProMark series. I don't always use nylon tipped heads, but when I do, it really gives like a good crisp sound, especially on like ride cymbals and things like that. So if I ever do nylon tipped drumsticks, I like ProMark. So yeah. I mean, typically they do have bottoms, and the drums did come with the bottoms on, but when we did recording, I think we realized that it just gave like a more like a deeper sound without the bottoms on it. It kind of gave like a tinny sound when we had the plastic bottoms on there. So we tried several times to put dampeners and things on it. We put like paper towels and tape, and you know, at the end of the day, it just sounded better taking them off. So bottom line's what we did, and I've been kind of rocking it that way since.
Cool.
That's the thing, is like I don't really know what much else to say other than it's a Pearl Export series. It's sparkly blue, and I play it sometimes.
You just gotta do